Oh, why? Why me?
Why me?
Why me, man? Why me? Come
I think
on,
you're the
man.
star, and
Let's
I'm.
get some people out there, excited, and maybe we can get some people out there coming on right now. I got to fix this fucking thing with the. I'm not gonna be able to deal with that. What happens? Oh, that's what I did. Okay, I fixed it.
All right, you're live.
Where's Stefan? I want to get Stefan on, man. I want to get where is that little bugger? Hold on. There it is. Come on now, Stefan. Done. For those of you, anybody watching? There's two people there. Oh, everybody's starting to pile on now. Hold on. I'm coming on in a second. No, you're going to come with me, Vic. You got to get on with me on this one. Hold on. Come on, bro.
All right.
Hold on. I'll get you. There you are.
Hey.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Vic Chalfant, the man all the way across the Atlantic for me. And we're running a show like basically ocean apart, all the way from Arkansas. And hey, everybody, Ryan Roxie here. What's happening? Welcome to the Aftershow. It's kind of like the Aftershow, the cool hang. I'm hanging with Vic Chalfant right there. He's the man that's running all the technical stuff with our Sunday Livestream Sunday.
We've got Dave here too.
The podcast on the In the Trenches podcast. Thank you guys for watching. I feel good. I'm excited.
I think everybody liked the acoustic set.
Yeah. Do you think they liked it?
Yeah, definitely.
I thought this, for me, it felt like it was a step up with the sound. But
yeah, I love to hear you do acoustic. I think it's great.
Thank you, buddy. You don't have to totally kiss my ass.
No, I'm not. I'm being serious.
And we're gonna save that for Stefan to do that to me.
Stefan can totally kiss your ass.
He'll get mad if he's the only, you're the only one. But wait, should we bring on some people here? If you have some questions, if you got some you want to come on the show maybe, or at least get your comments on the show. Vic, you're in charge of that. Oh God, I'm looking backstage right now, and already he's self-promoting himself. I'm not going to bring Stefan on.
I'm not bringing him on until he puts that stuff away.
Because he'll get impatient. He'll be a baby. He'll take his ball and go home. But here he is. Or should I wait? Do you want to be the headline? Maybe you should be the headliner. Because you know what? Let's real quickly just say hello to
Dave on there.
This is Dave Rattenbury, folks.
Hey,
he's working on a lot of the stuff that you guys are learning with the System 12 guitar method. He has put together the PDF. So quick shout out, brother. How you feeling?
Good, man. Good. Getting kind of bored being in here all the time. Luckily, I have Robby Miller to be sarcastic with online. So
Adika's here. You will not be bored in about 30 seconds. Can you hang out
Robby.
backstage for a little bit? Can you hang out just for a little bit, and then I'll come bring you on? Well, there it is. That's the team right there. That's the entire team of what we're doing with the Kickstarter campaign. It's Robby Miller below me. You got Vic Chalfant and Dave Rattenbury. Where's Scotty Hagen? Where's Balachi? He should be around for this. But hey, guys, does it sound okay over the waves?
Sounded so good.
Thanks, man. That's cool.
I much prefer the sound now.
All right. Well, so we'll continue to tweak it. And like I said, if you guys out there listening want to check out, give us some suggestions about songs, and if you have any pointers, if there's anyone out there that actually runs professional sound, and I'm going to Gilby Clark it. It's not a lot of money. So anyone that wants to help us out, what do you call it? What's that thing that lawyers do? Pro bono?
Pro bono, yeah.
A lot of pro bono going until we get funded or not. But hey, I'm going to kick you guys backstage, and I'm going to bring on Adika. Is that okay? Because I know that you guys want to bring him on. I know that the people demand it. I've been getting inundated in my inbox with requests for Stefan Adika and Coffee Talk. And honestly, he has actually he's had a great week.
He's busy reading a book.
Yeah, probably his own book. It's probably his own pamphlet. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, from the hit new morning show, Coffee Talk, ladies and gentlemen, Stefan Adika.
Ramon would like the CD.
There he is.
Ramon like Marcus Dobby, Stefan Adika, Johnny Thunder, Steve Beta, Sid Vicious. Oh, sorry, I was just reading a book that Didi Ramon wrote, and I'm in the dedication. So sorry, I was just waiting backstage, just glancing through your VIP room, and I found this on the coffee table. Legends.
I'm in a book.
Yeah.
Were you in a book that you got thrown under the bus? See, the book I'm in, thrown under the bus along with the rest of the Snake Pit band. But at least you got some kind words with you with.
Snake! I'm in a book from somebody from Guns N' Roses. Are you talking about Slash's book?
Slash's book, yeah.
You're in that book.
Hey,
you and I.
Tell Doc McGee about that. Tell him, I got about a sentence there. In there.
You and I are very similar. I was in a Guns N' Roses book, Steven Adler. Yeah, he wrote about me, but he wrote very nice things about me.
Then we're not alike because I didn't get a lot of nice things said about me by Slash. But
in this book, when this was about Dee Dee Ramone's last tour, and then Dee Dee and I got into an argument, and then when I got back in the band, because I'm a hard guy to argue with, you know me. But when we didn't talk for a little while, he wrote this book, and then he goes, "Oh, I didn't mention you in the book, but I made a nice dedication," and that's this book. But he didn't. I
mean, he was always cool hanging around. I mean, I remember when you were playing with him, and he was always, he's Dee Dee Ramone. He's so eccentric. But the thing that I've been getting into a lot lately is I just watched a live show from '77. I think it was the Marquee in London. Dude, what a bass player.
Well, I got so this ties into Roxie's lessons, and what you're doing is, for the people who don't know, me and Roxie, we bust chops to make it fun because it's fun. But Ryan Roxie, when we lived together in New York City, taught me bass, and the first song he taught me was Chinese Rocks.
Chinese Rocks.
And there was two different endings. There's a Johnny Thunders ending, and there's a Ramones ending. So forward the page in the chapters, he taught me. And I got to play with this legend and got the gig because of Ryan's first lesson.
Take my guitar lessons, take the System 12 guitar method, and I will give you a career.
No, and that's the truth.
I told you this morning, I'm giving you 2 careers.
Not only did you give me the career, check it. Do you remember when I went down to the audition for Dee Dee Ramone? I wanted to have a spare bass, and I go, Ryan, I called you up. Can you get my other bass for me? Remember, I called you. I don't
remember that story. Really?
Yes. Because
I did something nice that didn't.
You did something nice because
me.
I was playing the GMP bass and I had a glitter bass, and I go, "Oh my god! If Dee Dee sees the glitter, it'll kill it." And I
was that the burnt GMP bass that you used for that gig? That's a good one. I mean, those old school GMP basses were great. All my guitars. I'm actually thinking about bringing a GMP guitar out on this next Alice Cooper tour when it finally does get up and running again.
The bass is a great bass, but where I got the idea for the bass from the inventor himself, Gil V. Clark, had that Les Paul burnt on his Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusions tour.
Les Paul. And I remember it was Mike Hall that burnt it. I believe it was Mike Hall when we were on the Gilby Clark solo tour. Mike Hall was the one that took it out there and put lighter fluid on and burnt it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, kind of like Stefan, we kind of all bust each other's chops, and but we've been friends for so long that it would be stupid not to, right?
You got to.
I wish Pisano was here with us today because then we could have a little DPM reunion.
You got a lot of stuff, but for the guitar lessons, Roxie did teach me. It was in New York City. We were living with Ben Lemer, editor of Circus Magazine, and you taught me Chinese Rocks. I learned it, and that song, I only played one song with Dee Dee at the rehearsal, and he looked at me, "Oh, you got the gig." I was like, "You didn't want to play any more?" And that was it. So because of Roxie, I got to play with a legend, and now I got a second chance to do a coffee talk show.
Dude, check it out. Hey, what's happening?
Say hi, Brooklyn.
That is Brooklyn. That's Stefan's daughter.
Yeah.
Very cute. She's very nice. And
thank you.
Roxie, we got a bunch of people lining up wanting to ask you guys questions.
There it is. Vic giving you the hook.
My guy, Vic. No, he could give me he's good.
I'm giving you the hook, though, Adika.
If I have to go, that's all good. I don't want to hog it up.
We're gonna get some people online, but hey, dude, here's one final plug, because like I said, we bust chops on each other all the time, but you know what? 9 times out of 10, I'm on Stefan's show every single morning. Coffee Talk. Go give it a follow. Go check it out. It's the Adika group, even though the group is just Stefan and his hat.
Tomorrow we got a big gig, and I need you tomorrow, Roxie. I'm not going to interrupt you. We got John Corabi, famous singer, is going to be on tomorrow. John Corabi. You know John Corabi.
Of course, John Corabi from Motley Crue, The Scream, and Dead Daisies, and now complete solo He's a mogul.
And you'll go be on there with me. I need you. Please.
All right, I'll come by tomorrow. But hey, folks, I'm going to get you guys on there. Stefan, thanks for coming on. I'm giving you the hook now. See you later. And then who should we bring on, Vic? You know what? I'm going to let you do it. It is Chalfant Roulette. Bring on somebody that wants to come on. Hey, Rachel, what's happening? There it is.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Did
you watch the live stream?
Yes, of course I did. No California man, though.
Well, there will be.
There will be.
I'll play it. You know what? Put it in the comments. And honestly, I'm gonna start making a list of other songs. I saw some. I couldn't really see when I'm playing, but I think I saw some really good song comments coming in. So, and I've seen them all throughout the week. So, what's that?
I love it when you play perfect too.
Well, not perfect, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll see you again, right? We'll see you again sometime on whether it's on the In the Trenches with Ryan Roxie podcast, because I've got some big names coming out. Should I actually should I talk about those names, Vic, yet? No, I'll talk about it later. Hey, Jade, how you doing? What's going on?
Hi, good. I love y'all's band so much.
Thank you so much.
How about you?
Are you an Alice Cooper fan as well? Nice.
Me and my dad came to your show when y'all came to Nashville. It was very fun. I want to learn how to play guitar and like do things, but what's your favorite song from Alice Cooper?
Well, my favorite song playing with Alice Cooper, I think, just because it gets such a huge reaction and it makes everybody feel something inside, is the opening riff for School's Out. I wish I would have wrote that riff, but I get to play it from the two guys, Michael Bruce and Glenn Buxton. Those guys wrote it, and every night when that school bell rings and I get to break into that riff, it's to see the looks on people's faces. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I think that's probably my favorite one. Thanks, Jade. I appreciate it. I know we have a lot of people that are in the studio now. Thank you for coming on in. And holy crap, I just looked up there and it was 77 people watching. That's perfect right now.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Cool.
This question basically, I got my guitar not this Thursday, but last Thursday. And I realized since my fingers are so tiny and then I have my nails, which is the problem, whenever I try to play or whatever, both my index and my ring fingers, I cannot hit the E string on the top. I can't. So what do I do basically?
And
the top E string.
Yeah. What kind of guitar do you have? You have acoustic or electric?
It's electric. It's in Ibanez Geo, and it's green. So
well, as long as the neck, you can get your hand around it. There's like little guitar life hacks that I teach in the System 12 of how you can, make it easier to get your hand over that neck and not so much. But I mean, the nails, I can't do anything about. You're gonna have to make that sacrifice. You're gonna have to chop them. I know.
Chop them up.
I know it's gonna be one of those things, but you know what? It's gonna be worth it, because, I mean, you should see Orianthi's fingers. They're like, she doesn't have nails, but like when you watch her play, and Nita as well. So, and even me, when I put, sometimes I'm just lazy and I don't put my, clip my fingernails as much as I should. So once you start getting in the habit of it, then you'll want to clip them tight. And well, I hope you do take the guitar lesson, whether it's my course or somebody else's course. I hope you do. Thank you, Omar. Thank you for coming on. And let's have another question. Juan, what's up, man? How you doing?
How are you? Greetings from Argentina. We love your work with Alice and your solo stuff.
Thank you, man. Well, thank you. I've never gotten to play in Argentina with Alice, but I've gotten to play there with Gilby Clarke when we opened up for Aerosmith years ago, and then we did some other touring with Gilby Clarke. So I always have a soft spot in my heart.
I met you at the hotel when you came with Gilby Clarke, and you were with Stefan, and we hung up just for a while. And I gift you a book about my city, Cordoba. Hope you keep it.
I love Cordoba. You know what I remember about Cordoba? We played in Cordoba was that we played an outdoor show, and the sky was. We were opening up for Aerosmith. I played with Gilby Clarke, and we were opening up for Aerosmith, and the sky was clear. But halfway through our set, I thought it starts raining, and I'm like, "What the hell is raining? It's clear." Then I realized that everybody in the audience is spitting on us, and I guess I heard after the show that was a good thing. If you spit on you, it was like a sign of respect and stuff. So I was like, that's what I learned. And I remember that gig because I think Steven Tyler got a big loogie in the mouth when he was singing or something. Hello, darling. How you doing? Is that your daughter, son?
She's Felicita, my daughter. Ryan, I have two questions for you, if you allow me to ask. I wonder what happens about Toby Mamis. It's a while since I'm not hearing something from him. Is still around?
Yeah, Toby Mamis is still around. Famous Toby Mamis. The thing is, when I was talking, were you able to watch the live stream that I did just before this Q&A? If you go back and watch it, I was talking about these newsletters that the management was sending out, and he sent a funny one out this last week. So it was cool. Yeah, Toby's good. I mean, he's mostly just chilling right now, like all of us are chilling. But he's in where is he in? He's in. It's not Colorado. It's Salt Lake. I think he's in Utah.
Okay. And the second and last one, will you make In the Trenches with Cheryl Cooper sometime?
With Cheryl Cooper? Huh.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I will. How about this? How about if I try and get a family edition of In the Trenches with Ryan Roxie podcast in there, and actually get not just Cheryl, but maybe get Calico and Alex, and maybe Dash. If I could do the whole entire family, and of course Sonora as well. But we'll see. That's a good question, Juan. Thank you very much, because I think that well, I don't want to say too much, but I got a verbal confirmation with Calico Cooper. It was a very early in the morning for me, verbal confirmation, and late at night for her, because we were messaging each other back and forth from, I think, Los Angeles to Stockholm, and I just got the confirmation that Calico Cooper will come on the In the Trenches podcast. But that's not the big news. The big news is the next one that comes this next Tuesday, and we're going to start hyping it right now. Right now, it's going to be. In fact, maybe we should get them on. If some of those guys, no, did they all leave? Did you kick both? Well, Michael McVeigh. Hang out while I talk about this 1 second,
sure.
Okay? I was going to bring Robby Miller on, but you only saw him for a quick second. But Robby, myself, Kenny, Bailey, and our featured artist for the next podcast, live stream podcast this Tuesday, will be none other than Brandon Gibbs. The Midwest Zone, Brandon Gibbs. There it is. The secret's out. So start promoting it, or start helping me Roxie Guitar on me. That'd be awesome. Let's get some more people out for questions. And there he is, McVeigh.
Hello. Hello, my friend.
Yeah, man. You know what you are? You're the man behind the curtain that makes shit happen. And I know that you made it happen. I know you made it happen with Doc. You created Doc's the whole perfect storm, the whole scenario. You made that happen. And guess what happened? Stefan takes all the credit, and he posts me the number of views. Like every time it goes up another 100 views, he goes, "Yeah, Doc's at 1.7. Where are you at with Dennis Dunaway?" And I'm like, dude, it's because of McVeigh. You're the man. You're the idol maker.
Hey, man, I look at it like this, brother. It's a big network, but thank you for that. Hey, I got something I want to say. And I found this out from friends. A lot of these new players that are starting to get into guitar, I found some of them get discouraged because, as you know, sometimes their parents or however they buy them a guitar and it's straight out of the box, and the guitar hasn't been set up, the action's high as hell, and they get discouraged for thinking, oh shit, I can't play this. But a lot of people don't realize, spend maybe the extra $20-$30, whatever it is, have the guitar set up. That way it'll be a lot easier, and I think they won't get discouraged as much. You see what I'm saying? Because I've had a lot of friends of mine that'll buy their kids a guitar, and they're like, they have the ambition, they want to do it, but they can't do it. And I'm like, well, what's the problem? Now, 9 out of 10 times it's, well, the strings are, they can't put their fingers down on the fretboard. You know, I'm like, well.
So you're saying just spend that little bit extra, whether it's just a little bit more of a quality guitar or something that can be set up just a little bit easier to play. I always say that it doesn't matter what brand of guitar you're looking for. And that used to kind of piss off the folks at Gibson when I would say that at Gibson guitar clinics when I did them. But I'd say, pick the guitar off the wall and put it in your hands. If that guitar makes you want to play more, maybe sit with it more, just strum it more, then that whatever brand it is, that's your guitar. I mean, 9 times out of 10, let's admit, we play the guitar that our guitar heroes play. I play a Les Paul because, you know, I know they really, you probably play the same guitar.
Yeah. You know, it's
a good point, Mike. I do think it's a good point to have that guitar set up. And sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead, say.
No, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, because, you know, any guitar you pick up, there's a feeling. I've played, and no, I'm a Gibson guy like you, okay? And so like, I don't have anything against Epiphones. I've actually played some Epiphone Les Pauls that were, unless you were a tone expert, they were like, you know, good guitars. And I think it's just a feeling, you know, with each guitar, because even though some of them are like cookie cutter, they think, you know what, there's still little variables in them, you know.
I've been being asked a lot about this 12 system guitar method. And I've been asked about, you know, because a lot of people are starting and they want to know what kind of guitar they should buy. And like I said, if you're just starting out and you don't want to make that full commitment to a super expensive guitar, go for something, like I said, when you feel it in your hand at the store, you're, you know, we'll eventually be able to go back into music stores. But I do think what McVeigh was saying, Epiphone is a great starting sort of guitar and continuing, because I always play at least one Epiphone in all my Alice Cooper guitar arsenal, just to show people, prove to people that, hey, these guitars work as well. So, you know, I always say that this guitar can, you know, if it's an actual Epiphone or Gibson, they can hold their own both on stage, you know. So anyway, thanks a lot, McVeigh, for coming on. And I'm just talking guitars. And if you want to find out more about guitars and find out more about learning guitar, because it's, like I said in the live stream, it's not as hard as you think it is, go check out our Kickstarter. I think Vic can put up the link there, or at least put it in the comments as well. And let's bring on Liz and see what's up with her, because I saw her. Sorry I cut you off there, honey, but hold on. Let me see.
You're fine. You were talking. I can't get mad about that. But I tell you,
you can definitely hear me. What, I need to get a pair of those. Are you landing airplanes right now? What's going on?
No. I figured to wear them again since I can hear you. You can hear me good, so I'm going with it.
I love them, man. You know what? Shit. Now I've got headphone envy. I feel my headphones are too small. I feel like you're either coaching a football match or you're landing airplanes. But you're watching the Roxie guitar stream. Did you enjoy it? Did it sound okay today?
Oh yes, it was perfect. I was sitting there, I was on my way home when you did Over and Done, and I just went nuts. I went absolutely nuts.
Nice. So what's happening? Yeah. Where are you at now? What part of the world?
I'm in my neighborhood chilling with my friends. Vic could probably tell you I had them say hi to him. Hi! As you probably hear. Roxie said hello. Hi, Roxie! Yeah, I tell you, I've never been inspired to play guitar. I have my guitar I was able to get at a yard sale for like $24, and because I know it was a Warlock too.
How did you manage to get to the price of 24? Did you bargain with them? Did it start high and go low?
No,
it was just 24?
It was $24. I'm not kidding you, because it was at a yard sale. I was with my mom. It was like up in like Delaware. I'm here in Maryland, and his grandson, I think, was trying like to get rid of it or something, and he just took it for a low price of $24. So I've been having it since.
Good. Well, keep it up, and hopefully you can check out the the System 12 guitar lessons and keep supporting it. I mean, like I said, this lesson series is basically made for players like you, Liz. That it's like, you know, you have some experience, but you want to learn those sort of guitar life hacks to get you to the next level. plus it's also good for people that have never even picked up the instruments, because I have you playing a song, on the first lesson. It's it's not a complicated song, but it's still a song, right? What's up,
Roxie?
Vic?
I have to say, I bought an Epiphone just like you recommended to me, and I've been taking those lessons and loving them. I've tried lessons before, and you let me be one of the guinea pigs for this whole thing, and I'm still not great, but I'm learning a lot and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
So why are you wearing a shirt that a keyboard player would wear? That's a total. Oh, is
Polaroid
it Polaroid?
camera.
I thought it was Roland. I'm sorry.
It's a Polaroid camera. Come on, dude.
Polaroid cameras. I love it. How many Polaroid cameras have you owned in your life?
Probably 5 or 6.
I used to. Do you remember this? The coolest looking the coolest kind of. It was called the Zip. Do you remember the Zip camera?
Was that the one with the crank on the side?
No, it was yeah, but it was Polaroid film, and it was cool colors. It had like a cool blue to it. It's really dating me. But the weird thing is, Natasha Grace, my daughter, has a Polaroid camera now.
Oh, the new ones.
It only takes those mini
little tiny ones.
She got it from Urban Outfitters and stuff.
Okay. Well, I don't want to jump on here. I just wanted to let you know.
Cool. It's cool that you jumped on. But what does it say about it? Click on the Kickstarter button. Where's the Kickstarter button? Do we
it's
have
on
a
your
button?
webpage. You go to the webpage.
So you go on to ryanroxie.com.
Right in the middle of the page.
Got it. Okay.
All right. I'm out of here.
You're out. Vic out. Hello. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Nice to see you.
You too. I know. My blue room in England.
The blue room? Okay.
Yeah.
So are you taking the lessons? You started the lessons just this week. I know, because we've had some.
I did. Yeah. And I'm loving it. My question for you, Ryan, is I feel like I have the fattest fingers of all time. And I'm like, I just can't. I think this is why I loved bass for a long time. But I'm like, I've always wanted to play.
You won't accept it. Yeah.
So it'll go, right? Please tell me.
Okay, well, let me have you a little, I should know things about fingers, because I actually wrote a song about it. That's Porno Mag, of course. But my fingers are not long and skinny and shredder type fingers. They're not. They're okay, but kind of average fingers. But it's weird when you see a lot of these shredder guys. You can tell they were almost made to play guitar because they have really super long, stretchy, dexterities. They actually have skinny fingers. You're exactly right. But that doesn't affect you at all.
It's just going to take time.
How to play songs and especially what I teach in the System 12 obviously is the power chord. When you play, all you need to do is get the camera right. If you can get that stretched down or that stretched down, and you can only have to play those two strings on your 5th string bar chords and 6th string bar chords, because that's what I kind of that's kind of what I teach first. You'll see as the lessons progress. I teach power chords first, where most systems teach cowboy chords. They teach these first position chords that make your fingers do all these weird things that they're not used to doing. I say, screw that. I say, let's learn our power chords first. Same way I taught Stefan. I said, just use one finger. And I taught him bass, by the way. So this course could be used for bass if you really, come to the realization that you're a bass player. Some people are bass players. Some people are guitar players. It is what it is. But I do think that every bass player does play a little bit of guitar. I mean, look at Chuck Garrick. Garrick is a perfect example of a great bass player who's become a great guitar player. And he's the first one to admit, hey, I'm not a lead player, but he's a great rhythm guitar player, because you don't need to have that stretching ability, And sometimes for the type of music that I like to listen to, and I usually spend most of my time listening to, it doesn't involve too much stretching. So you're okay.
I'm okay with like the stretching, but it's like just hitting more than one string when I don't mean to.
Well, but that's all gonna happen with the tips of the fingers.
It's gonna come.
I'm gonna, and that's sort of another bit of the sort of guitar life hacks that I teach, is how to play a note with the tips of your fingers, but not your whole entire finger. Not your whole entire.
That's finger. Oh my God.
See, it's 2020. I'm very conscious about calling fingers fat at this point. Who knows? Maybe I'll get some sort of organization that Fat Fingers Anonymous will come out and write me a letter or something. Thank you, Ashley, for coming on and asking that question, but hopefully it'll help you out, and the 12 system will help you out as well. Hey, there's Nick. What's happening?
Ryan, how you doing?
What's going down, my friend?
Hey, I just wanted to thank you again for the System 12 lessons. They are fantastic. I've been doing the play along music for a while, but these, between the addition of the kind of scrolling tabs, seems
scrolling tab, scrolling notes, even if you want to learn notes or tab, that's a game changer. When we discovered that that company Sound Slice, it's a game changer for, especially for the curriculum that we're sort of putting out there. Because if you see a lot of the other stuff that's on there is more intricate jazz stuff on that site. I saw the potential of that system, and I saw their tech, and I said, you know what, this would be perfect for people that are just either starting the guitar or have a bit of experience and need to get over that hump. It's all about getting over the hump, So I'm happy that you have gotten over that, and thanks for the
the original hump is there, and now the next hump is just getting all the power chords, get my hand with the muscle memory to move right. I mean, I can do it single finger, no problem. I'm getting good at it. But one question I do have, though, after these initial 12 lessons, do you have more plans for and expanding it further?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for asking that. I'm going to actually. We're doing this Kickstarter campaign to get the System 12 off the ground, but I do have a lot of other plans that involve the team, that involve myself, helping more advanced players with their sort of guitar journey. So I'm going to try to do my best to take care of this first, and then in the meantime, be recording and filming and working on stuff that's built for the more advanced players, because obviously a lot of these players that are going to start with the System 12, when they start, they're going to want to progress to some place. And at the end of the day, I want people to end up playing, the same sort of level that I play and I'm able to tour with. I want you guys to be able to play that sort of solid. It's playing with confidence. It's not so much having to play flashy. It's more about playing with just a confidence and being able to play in front of people, because that's a whole nother thing that I talk about. Is playing in front of people and playing with that confidence. That's what's going to allow you. So yeah, I definitely do have plans to expand the System 12. That's not just for beginners and intermediates. We're going to go beyond that level. But thanks for the question. Thanks for coming on, Nick. Hey, Anna, how you doing?
Hey, how are you today?
We met briefly on Coffee Talk on Adika Talk, but imagine this: Stefan wouldn't let either of us speak.
No, that's okay. I don't think I add a whole lot of value, but I did have a quick question for you.
Please.
When you're playing, is there any particular technique or something that you'd like to avoid that you personally don't like? That I know when everybody does I avoid the tapping or something like that. Is there one that you avoid?
I try to avoid the question. I try to avoid thinking about playing scales, because I want my solos to sound like stories. If I could make my guitar talk through like little riffs that I've practiced thousands and thousands of times, and make those little sort of riffs speak instead of just a regular harmonic minor or melodic minor,
the predictable scale insertion.
Yeah, try and every once in a while it's great to put in your pentatonic scale, because it's all based, for me, there's a million guitar players out there that'll swear by the 7 modes and they go, well, I only solo in Dorian and Phrygian, and I just say, you know what, I'm a pentatonic guy. I'm not going to lie. There's all my favorite guitar players are based their playing out of the pentatonic scale.
So you're not going to get into an argument over what's a pentatonic for Locrian.
And every once in a while, here's the thing though, there are pentatonic modes, which I've discovered. It took me way late in life to figure it out, but there are modes. And so if I can get those 2-string, 3-string licks down enough in different modes with the all through the pentatonic,
right?
Hopefully they don't sound like pentatonic. But that being said, when I listen to the solo of Love Gun, that is straight up pentatonic, you know, my fingers stretch pentatonic lick. That is exactly with just a different picking scheme. So some of my favorite licks come directly out of a scale. So add them in once in a while, but that's what I try not to think about so much, you know, when I'm soloing.
Right. Well,
I always say make your solos sound like stories that complement the song. Don't make them sound like scales.
Thank you very much for answering my question. I hope you have a great day.
Cheers. Thank you for coming on. Hopefully you'll come on again. We'll do this again. It's cool. I'm going to take just a couple more questions because guess what? It's my wine glass is almost done and dinner is about ready to be served over here. I'm in Europe. I'm in Sweden. And there's my friend David Rattenbury, the Rat, as we refer to him. He's coming from the UK. What's happening, Rat?
Listen to this discussion, really interesting. And I've noticed a few of the comments have brought something up that I kind of want to hear your take on. So Ashley Roberts, I remember Ashley, he mentions that a lot of his guitar students get intimidated going to guitar stores. Now, I've worked at mine for a few years now. I've sold hundreds of guitars. And I get that that's a thing. And I always try and tell people, it's no one else's business how good you are. I mean, a wise man once told me, the best answer to how good you are is I'm as good as I need to be for what I'm doing right now.
That guy's a genius.
Yeah, whoever it was. I mean, I was 16. It was a long time ago, you know. But what is your take on that? What advice would you give to a beginner who's maybe a bit nervous about going to a guitar store in case they have to play in front of someone? That's come up quite a lot in the comments. What would you say to someone who feels a bit nervous?
Like I said, look at it's that whole argument of how do you sing in the shower, you know, versus how you sing out of the shower, because it's a very easy thing for people to say, oh, I'm a great singer in the shower. Well, everyone's a great player when they're in their bedroom, you know, to some extent, but you have to get out of that bedroom and onto the stage, because that is for most people the final goal. I want to play a live gig. Well, the only way you're ever going to get to that actual live gig is if you play in public. So to me, you know, think about a music store being sort of like the batting cages if you're playing baseball, sort of like the driving range if you're playing golf. It's your practice field, you know, and screw everybody else. Because look, I mean, in my day, it was like Smoke on the Water was the popular riff, you know, and then it progressed. And of course, Freebird and Stairway to Heaven became those things, and they became the Wayne's World jokes. But then when my sort of contemporaries got popular, and I think the go-to riff at one point in any guitar store was a really bad version of Sweet Child of Mine, because even on a good day, Slash misses one of those notes in that riff. I guarantee you it's a tough riff to play. So maybe my advice would be, don't go out of the gate if you're going into a music store with Sweet Child of Mine, because it's a hard riff for even Slash to play. Trust me.
Well, the thing as well is we've been having this discussion a lot at work, because we get a lot of people come in and say, oh, is Stairway banned and all that. And we're like, the music's moved on now. So all the guitar store riffs, we never hear Smoke on the Water. Maybe once every 6 months, ever. Never hear Stairway. But
I know
White
which one
Stripes,
you hear. I know which song you hear, and I think we teach it in the System 12 pretty early on. Especially, we actually teach the song that you're thinking about in lesson 7.
Yeah, you do.
It has something to do with the number 7. I'm going to leave that a mystery. And actually, if you want to find out more about it, then you got to go to the Kickstarter campaign and you got to check it out. The Rat, he's going to be back for more of these types of Q&As. This is fun for me. It really is. Hey,
how are you?
What's happening? What are you doing? Vic is
chilling at home,
bringing people on before I have a chance to finish my points. So I'm going to stop talking and actually having a point. I'm going to let you make the point for me. Thank you. What's up?
Well, so
How you
my
been?
question is, I'm thinking about maybe buying a guitar. And then do you have any recommendations for like accessories, extras, things people should order right away to have around?
Oh, thank you very much. So you're diving in. All
I'm
right.
thinking
For those
about
of
it.
you
I'm
that
kind of waiting on paycheck updates at the moment,
I
so we'll see.
understand. You're waiting for the stimulus package so we can all buy. Dude, if everyone bought a guitar with the stimulus package, great. I'd be employed for another 5 years, right?
Yeah,
Be
right.
perfect. But I think the most important thing, like I said, is having a guitar in your hand. And people always say, should I get an acoustic to start with? Because I don't know. No, get the guitar that you want. If you want to play electric guitar and you want to sort of play songs off of YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and you want to be able to plug in with headphones and listen to the guitar with some sort of, you know, whether it's a small practice amp or whether it's directly into computer, then you're going to need an electric guitar. Find one
That's
that's
what
good.
I'm looking at.
Yeah. I think, like I said, it's been bopped around. And here's the thing. I'm not officially endorsed by anybody right now. So that's the reason why I play a Fender Stratocaster on stage. The reason why I'm able to play a bunch of Gibsons. And there's a reason why I might actually bring out one of my old school GMPs on the next tour when we do go out there again. But I do think that Epiphone makes a really good quality guitar at a good price. So you can check out Epiphones for sure. And I know that Anita always tells me that Ibanez has a good line for at a good price point to start with as well. I mean, here's the thing. When I was, way back in the 1900s, I was playing guitar and had a Fender Stratocaster, an authentic Fender Jimi Hendrix sort of off-white, maple neck, amazing Stratocaster, but it had single coil pickups, and I wanted to sound like Cheap Trick. I wanted to sound like Kiss. I wanted to sound like Alice Cooper. All those guys played with guitars that had humbucker pickups, these double coil pickups.
Mm-hmm.
So I traded my Stratocaster, Fender Stratocaster, for a little known brand at that point called Ibanez. I bought an Ibanez Destroyer. It was like they came in blue and candy apple red. So, I was an Ibanez guy before Nita Strauss was born. How about that? And so, yeah, like I said, it's going to be all your choice, and it's going to probably end up what fits good in your lap. What shape fits good in your lap. Maybe a Flying V isn't the most comfortable to just sit with, but maybe it looks cool as hell when you're standing with it. But look at the shape. I think the Les Paul shape is a pretty good one. The Stratocaster shape is a good one. I mean, Nita's guitar, the Jiva, that's a Strat type body shape. So find out which one fits, you. Like I always used to say when I was working for Gibson and doing Gibson clinics, I'd say, which Gibson is you? That's the reason why I played so many different Gibsons on stage, is because everyone had a different aesthetic look, But good luck with the guitar. I'm so proud of you that you're taking it in, man. That's awesome. You have come to so many Alice Cooper rock shows that, I mean, you deserve to play. And honestly, I'm going to teach you. You know that.
Great. Well, hopefully I get to see you again soon.
Let's keep positive on that one. But if
I was
you're
supposed
not,
to see you this weekend,
we'll see each other virtually like this as well. So I'm gonna take maybe one more person. Is that cool, Vic? And then I'm gonna go to eat some lunch. Yeah, or not lunch. Dinner. Hey, Danny, how you doing, darling? What's up?
Hey, I'm great. I'm very great. I started playing with your system, and I just love it. I got my guitar here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
it's my little music room now, and that's
Where are you calling from?
From Austria.
From Austria. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the course. Thank you for supporting the Kickstarter and the System 12. That's what a lot of people have been asking me, is like, can I start playing even though you haven't filmed the final version of it? And I said, yes, go check it out, because you're going to be in the beta testing group, because part of the reason why you're in this beta testing group is that we still might tweak it a little bit. We're really happy with what we have, but once we get the funding for it, we're going to film it and produce it and edit it and go full on, and we might switch it a little bit. So you can start playing tomorrow with our beta testing group if you go there and check it out. But yeah, thank you for making the dive.
Yeah, I already started. It's really cool.
Yeah, is that cool? Nice. Cool. I'll see you later. Cool. So, Mr. Vic. Oh, look at his. What's he doing? Is that the guitar? That's a GMP.
He's been waving his guitars in the back, and I thought he's got to come on again.
Well, you know what? I know you got to go, but let's just talk about this. Is a guitar that Ryan Roxie designed, and it's actually a rare guitar. I'm actually being nice, Vic. There's no ball busting. This is like about guitars. Ball busting tomorrow, but this is actually handmade guitar that Ryan had accompanied GMP back in about what was it, about 2098, I think it was.
Late 90s, early 2000. That's the Roxy SS, yeah.
So this is what Ryan was playing when he first was in Alice Cooper's band, I believe. When you first, right?
Where did you get that one from? Did Cameron give you that one?
This is Derek Sherinian. He MacGyvered a free guitar. Derek from Sons of Apollo Dream Theater. He's a keyboard player. But this was
theater until you got him fired from that band.
Until I got him fired. But look at the detail of this guitar. I mean, and this was actually
the thing about those guitars is that we wanted everyone to be we wanted them all to be sparkle. That was
the look close. Look at the
Roxy SS, and it was called Super Sparkle.
Look at that, Roxy. Roxy, give a description of what we got here for the guitar.
Well, you got those humbucker pickups, you got a trapeze bridge, and then you got the finish, which is kind of a, I told the guys at GMP to make it look enough like a Les Paul, but not enough like a Les Paul to get sued. We didn't want to cease and desist. And then they added up those diamond fretboard markers. It's cool, man. So you know what we got to do, Stefan? On
and that morphed into their bass that they made, which originally it was gold sparkle, but I had them burn it for the D.D. Ramone. So this is the bass I played with D.D. Ramone.
Bass, the D.D. Ramone bass, the one that Stefan got the gig for doing.
Look at this. Look at all the history and it rubbed out from my belt buckles. But over here,
is that a backstage pass? Who was that from?
No, it said Fragile. It's just like it was, I don't know, Fragile. Look at it.
Was that from your time in LA Guns?
No. I don't know where I got it from. But right here was the original gold sparkle. Then I brought it back to GMP and they lit it on fire. And it came out really, look at it. It looked like this cool.
One last question, Stefan, being that you've hijacked my show.
But wait, look, I got the jazz and precision pickups for two sounds to get the low end.
Stefan, I have an important question though.
Yeah.
Is that the bass that you used at the Eddie Van Halen party?
Yes, I did. And actually, this is the bit. It's funny you said that because for my next guest coming on tomorrow's Coffee Talk, we're going to go over that. John Corabi. The band was John Corabi, Eric Dover. It was Brian Tishy on drums, Derek Sherinian on keyboards, and you could see that on YouTube if you go to Eddie Van Halen's Backyard Party on YouTube. But the bass needed intonation. So I gave this bass. I go, watch this to John Corabi. Nobody will believe me. And Eddie Van Halen held this bass and was working on it. He did my intonation for me. So he was like, and then he would run. He would tune the strings. What's that?
Wow. Got a history on it, man.
There's history. Then he was tuning it for me, and he'd run all the way into the other side of the house, come back, then do the A string, run, because it was a piano. And I go, Eddie, do you need a tuner? And he goes, Stefan, here. And I looked at John. I go, I guess he doesn't need a tuner. We'll talk about this with John, but this is the bass. Isn't that wild?
Don't question Eddie Van Halen about pitch.
Huh? Look at that. From D.D. Ramone, Eddie Van Halen, Billy Idol. There it is. So that's it. Look at that. Maybe.
Thank you for the story. Trust me, I appreciate you not coming out here and crashing and burning our sort of talk, because we've had some sort of sophistication. We've had some good questions. You've given me some good endorsements. But don't think that tomorrow I'm not going to come in and trash your show. You know what it's like? It's like De Niro and Pacino in Heat when they say, "Don't think for a minute. If I have that shot, I need to take you down."
Roxie.
Down.
Roxie, I just want people to subscribe to the Adika group on YouTube.
What is this group you speak of? Look at that. Was not me. That was Vic. That was not me. I have nothing, no hands.
No, it's going to be fun tomorrow. It's going to be a blast because you.
All right, I'll catch up tomorrow. I'm gonna actually say goodbye to everyone right now and
Mazel.
See you
Bye,
tomorrow.
everybody.
Have a good one. Hey, everybody. Thank you very much. And I just looked, this must be a sign because there was 77 people right there with eyeballs watching. I appreciate you guys hanging out for the whole thing, whether it was the Sunday Livestream Sunday acoustic show that we did and the Q&A afterwards. I really appreciate it. And well, you know what? I've told you a million times, guitar is not as hard to learn as guitar teachers will have you think it is. So go over there and have a look at this System 12 guitar method for us. And if not, it doesn't matter. Just be a fan. All right. Come and support myself. Go support the In the Trenches podcast. Go support Adika's show, Coffee Talk. Because all we're doing is, you know what? We're hanging out together while we're stuck indoors. And that's sort of our, our mission right now is, for me at least, to get you doing something other than watching Tiger King. But I need you to watch Tiger King because it is funny. It's good. But thank you guys. Thanks the team, Vic, Dave, Robby. Thank you for coming on and helping. And thank you for everyone that came on to the Q&A. I think we'll do it again. But guess what? Roxie is out of here. And we will see you, I guess, on Tuesday with our special guest in the Trenches Livestream podcast, Brandon Gibbs. How about that? Brandon Gibbs. The Midwest is on fire. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy the ride. Talk to you soon, man.